So rising forward air I was messing with, and I found out if they're not at tech chase percent, which is around this percentage, you can instead follow it with down tilt. And I was thinking, how much further can you go with that? And what I've come to realize is has some application. Timing's kind of strict, as with all Mac-related things apparently that aren't spamming smash attacks. See, that seems cool and all right, but from there, side special does not confirm out of down tilt, which is very unfortunate. Maybe if they DIN, it definitely would. And you also have to catch them while their character model is drifting back. So I was thinking, what if we set them lower? And it's like, sure, that works. And it combos. But now, whenever you find combos in this game and you're labbing, you have to think practically, like, okay, when am I going to land rising, advancing, forward air? And also, will I be able to time it properly in the middle of a match and land it? Because it's good damage. You could start off by going for the reads method, which is where you suppose you get a read. And say this is roll in distance from ledge right here. Oh, roll in distance. Roll in, you fuck. Right there. So say you read a roll from ledge, and this is how you punish it. You could also go, well, why wouldn't I do this? Why wouldn't I do this? Get him further off stage. Or why wouldn't I retreating straight lunge? Wow, I'm bad at inputs today, dude. Why wouldn't I retreating straight lunge and mix up or something? That wasn't as good of an example, but it's like, it's there, you know? So you have to assess your best options and figure, why would I use this option over the other ones? And so you're probably wondering, why would I use a frame 10 aerial that's also negative 10 on shield over all of these other great options I have that are borderline unreactable, really powerful, shitloads of damage, gives me more stage control by getting them further off stage. And in some matchups could even make it so I can run off counter and kill them there. Well, when we start to talk about alternative options like Mac aerials, what you need to take into account is the predictability of it. So we all know down tilt side special is a combo, and it's pretty practical. But through a lot of my matches against low Mac players, I will intentionally run in and then fade back. Because once I fade back and get hit by that down tilt, they'll go for side special, they'll whiff, and then I can punish them off of that. So if they were to approach me with something like down tilt, and I'm already retreating, it's like, well, who cares? He's not really going to get like a very good follow-up unless he's going to catch a landing instead. But if a Mac suddenly hits me with that, you know, also I'm pretty sure if they try to jump, they'll be stuck in jump squat frames for long enough. So probably the only option is to shield, but because of the spacing, that's max spaced. So this offers the ability to smack them back, open up a combo off of catching a jump. Has an unpredictability factor to it. I don't think there's a whole lot of cost for missing it either, because I'm pretty sure you would cross up shield. because the shield hitbox is a bit bigger than the character model, obviously. So if you rose up and tapped it, they would react to the tap and probably throw it a shield option, but because you're crossing it up, just like with crossing Nair, how we crossed it up really fast, and that makes people whiff. I think that'd be pretty good as a mix-up. I don't know if there's anything. There's probably some stuff on heavies for the most part, and the timing is you can very clearly see by the number of attempts the timing is kind of strict. But that's whenever we start to get into max more technical stuff. There's very tight windows for some of this stuff, and to assess whether or not it's rewarding to go for them, I guess, is entirely dependent on you. But now, what I like about this is this doesn't necessarily require you to be better than the other player in some way. Rather, it's something you can figure out through how safe it is to approach with something like this. If they're shielding a lot, you should probably just boost grab instead. You know, like, I don't even have to tell you that by this point, I hope. But if they're being kind of aggressive, you could maybe catch them with that. Another point I'm going to make is if you set them a bit higher. So say Mac comes at you, right? The general launch angle is usually about there, which is 45 degrees. Basically across every single move, of course, besides up-angled smash attacks. But for the most part, you're expecting to get sent at a 45-degree angle, aka you will have enough time to act. You can see the tumble clouds ended right here. You'll have enough time to act. You won't be sent to the ground. But I'm figuring if you get hit by this, oh yeah, see, even F tilt, they all launched 45-degree angles. But even if you do this in neutral and they don't expect it, or they hit your shield with something dumb and they go to disengage instead of drop down, like you already know the landing aerial on shield and spot dodge. Jesus Christ. Actually, I'm pretty sure if they landing spot dodge, because frame 13 move is being used, it'd probably work against them. So I think in the description I'll list the scenarios this is probably going to work in. But for the most part, me personally, if I'm in the middle of a match and Mac rushes up and he hits me with rising forward air and I'm suddenly put in a tech chase situation, chances are I'm not going to react to it or respond to it in time. So on response, this is probably a good thing. But on reaction, you could definitely react by the time your body hits the ground. But I don't think you're going to tech it. I think it could be pretty good to use as a mix-up in neutral, because obviously actually that's kind of vague. I shouldn't even say that. It's like obviously anything is good to go for in neutral if it's a mix-up, and it's also like equally as rewarding as another option you have. So that's kind of like an empty statement. My bad for that. But yeah, from what we can assess, at percentages where it doesn't put into a tech situation, it does have potential to allow you to max space down tilt, which means even if they do use something out of shield, there's few matchups where people are going to be able to immediately hit you. Ignore the frame advantage on the move, because if a hitbox doesn't come out on the frame the person comes at his shield and they have to drift it, or it's just not big enough, then the number doesn't matter. And at slightly higher percentages, when it puts into a tech chase, you can shadow combo into it, I guess. Like, basically you would mix it up, throw it out, the other person doesn't expect it, they get hit by it when in a state where they can't DI, and you maybe kill off of it. That's about all. I can't really go super deep into it because I'm relying on you guys to kind of figure out when and why you should use it, but those are the reasons. Those are the benefits of the move.